Okay, so Monarch Legacy of Monsters is 4 episodes in now, and even though it's an Apple TV show, it shouldn't be this good. Because if you think about it, the main complaint from almost all the monster movies is the human stories. Like, they're just not interesting, and people want more monsters, less human stories. And so to have a show set in that world that's almost exclusively human stories, it shouldn't work. It does, though. And in this episode, Shaw, Kate, and the gang are still running from this Titan, looking for shelter and trying to find a clue or two about where the dad is. But also, we get our most in-depth look at the son, Kentaro, and who he is and his backstory. And I want to say, the backstory goes into how he and May met, but it doesn't explain like why they fell out. And I just want to know that after watching the end of the episode, whatever Kentaro did to make May mad at him, it better be really bad. For him to go through all of this and save her life, and for her to still give him the cold shoulder, that's wild. That's really wild. Because if you think about it, not only did he go off on his own because nobody believed he saw what he saw, he found shelter, he got help, and he found a couple clues that his dad survived the crash and is somewhere out there alive. He single-handedly did everything they were supposed to do in this episode. All the goals for this episode he met by himself. And she can't even be bothered to give him a thank you. Whatever he did better be foul. But also in this episode, we see a little bit more of the Monarch organization and how they're set up, and we see like the beginnings of their different outposts. And that made me realize and think about the fact that this show and these 4 episodes do a lot of time jumping. We go from the 50s to 2013 to 2015 to back to the 50s, back to 2015. The show is staying in either before or the immediate aftermath of the first Godzilla film. So canonically, the only things that have happened to these characters is King Kong, the Skull Island movie, and the 2014 Godzilla movie. These characters haven't dealt with Godzilla, King of the Monsters, or Godzilla vs. Kong. They haven't dealt with the events of those movies, so I'm just wondering how the show is going to deal with that. And I'm like, maybe the season finale will lead into the events of King of the Monsters, and we'll see how we got there. And maybe they're using the show to like bridge the gap between the movies, like how Star Wars does with the Disney Plus shows and the sequel trilogy. That's possible, but I'm just along for the ride. I'm trying to see where we're going and what are we building towards. I'm curious to see. Let me know down in the comments what you think of the show so far, and what could Kentaro have done to make May so mad that she is still like she's keeping it even in the face of mortal danger. Let me know so we can talk about it, and then maybe we'll see next episode, and we'll talk about it then. See you.